Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, is femininity coach and author of the Crimson Cure. This is my perspective. Hey, how y'all doing? First and foremost, how is everybody? Is everybody doing good? All right. So I'm going to show y'all a video, and then we're going to have a very, very important discussion about money and leadership. Okay? Because we have tied together money, authority, and leadership. So whoever got the money is the leader. Whoever's got the money, we even got a phrase for it. I pay the cost to be the boss. Right? So I'm going to show y'all a video real quick. Well, welcome. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let everybody know so that they can subscribe to the channel as well. All right. So we gonna share something real quick because I thought this video was very interesting. And shout out to this couple, right?
When the breadwinner in the relationship is the woman and not the man, how do you deal with that? Yeah, I know that's a tough topic, but we're going to talk just a little bit about it today. I am the breadwinner in our family, and I'm going to ask Mr. Boyce, how does he maneuver that? But before we do, let me just say this. We're not here to tell anybody how to run your relationship. We're not here to say what's right and wrong. We're here to share what has worked for us. And maybe if there's a couple out there having problems with this, we can give you a different perspective. Mr. Boyce, why don't you share how you were feeling?
Well, in the beginning, I thought it was kind of cool that you made more money. You know, me and my friends, we kind of joked about, oh, you got you a chick that's making this and that. So, I thought it was kind of cool. But as we start dating and getting real serious and we want to start talking about starting a family, it bothered me a little bit. Because I'm a man's man, and any cat that's feeling like I feel, he know how I'm feeling, man. A man's supposed to be taking care of his woman, you know what I mean? And so it bothered me a little bit. But I think what kind of helped is that Mrs. Boyce, she never threw it up in my face that I'm making this, I'm making that, I run this, I never got that. And I think that's what helped us a lot because in today's society, women are making money, they are making good amounts of money, man, the way shit is going these days. So I think that's what helped us a lot because me and her, it never been me. It's always us or we. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah. And from a woman's perspective, when we started dating, I was looking for someone who would love me for me, protect me, respect me, treat me like I was their queen, all the things. And that's what I got from Calvin. And so because of that, I wasn't looking at the zeros behind his name. I fell in love with the person he was. Now, don't get it twisted. If he would have had a whole lot of zeros behind his name, yeah, that would have been the icing on the cake, right? However, I was in love with who he is. And once I knew I had a partnership, someone who was willing to work, grind, all of those things with me, I knew that nobody would be able to put a cap on where we went with our relationship, our love, and all of the things. And so it's a whole lot of women chasing them zeros and get a man that don't respect you, don't treat you right, don't all of those things, and it never matter. None of that's going to matter. So just remember, a strong man isn't threatened by a woman's success. And a strong woman should never have to shrink, right, to make that man feel good. All right. So this is just our perspective. Yeah. This is what's worked for us. Hopefully it'll help and work for you.
That's right. This is.
Okay. So I thought that that was very interesting. Shout out to Theo Johnson. Thank you so very much for the very generous contribution. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, I appreciate your contribution. So I thought that that was an interesting post to make. I really didn't have too much of a problem with it. There are a few nuances that, you know, I have my stances on, but overall, I don't think that what she was saying was wrong or what he was saying was wrong. But it sparked a thought, and which is why I wanted to come here today and talk to my subscribers, talk to my people about how we see this money thing in relationships. We understand that pretty much almost the number one reason why marriages break has to do with money. Now, when we say that, we often think it's about people not having any money. Okay. People breaking up over money because they broke, or because the man is broke, or because he can't provide money, or whatever the case may be. But we also see divorces where money is the issue when there is money in the household. Okay. So what that should lead us to understand and know is that the money itself is not always the issue. It's how we see money. And it's how we have attached authority to money. Okay? Particularly in the Black community, we have attached authority and leadership to money. Now, authority and leadership being attached to money is not a new thing. It's old. It's old, especially coming from a time where women either didn't work or her work and income was much less than her husband's work and income. Coming from a time where a man's single income was enough to take care of a family with. Okay? And so money got attached to authority. Pay the cost to be the boss. We got a saying for it. I pay the cost to be the boss. So if I pay for your livelihood, for your living expenses, and things of that nature, then I get to tell you what to do. And I get to run you. Okay? Because after all, I'm the one that's paying for everything. But now it is a problem. See, it wasn't a problem when mainly that was in reference to men. And I'm going somewhere. You got to stay with me. When I pay the cost to be the boss meant 99 times out of 10, you was talking about the man in the house. Not a problem. Nobody had a problem with that. Nobody had a problem with that concept that money, whoever was making the money, whoever was the breadwinner, whoever was so-called bringing home the bacon, was the one that was automatically in charge, because they were the one that was going out and bringing the money and making sure that the family could survive off of the money that was made. The problem with that is that the husband's authority is not intrinsically attached to money. Because what happens when he don't make the most money? Or what happens when he don't make money? Then who's the boss? And because we've made this unhealthy attachment between authority, leadership, and money, this is why today it's muddled up. Because now you've got men and women, Black men and women, are nearly on par for the money that they make. The difference between the average earning Black man and the average earning Black woman is only a few $1,000s annually. So we're in the same tax bracket, more or less. Okay? Inflation has happened, the economy changed, the world changed. So now women are a large part of the workforce. Now, mind you, we all, men and women, boys and girls, grew up with the concept that money is authority and money is leadership, and I pay the cost to be the boss, meaning if I pay, I run it. Everybody grew up with that for the most part. So now that you have women, for good or bad, you've got women working. Like I said, the average annual earning is not that far between men and women. A few $1,000s, or what is about $5,000 or something like that difference. Okay? Everybody's around that $45,000 mark for your average work. So now that we're on par financially, that concept of I pay the cost to be the boss doesn't really work. Because now these same women, most of them, are saying, well, if I contribute half of the money to the household, if I'm splitting rent with you, bills with you, light bill with you, I'm splitting grocery money with you, I'm splitting child care stuff if there are children, I'm splitting whatever it is, the expenses of the household, the expenses of us living. If I'm splitting that, then I now am on par with you, not only financially, but now I'm on par with you in all other aspects, including authority and leadership. But it has led to a big issue and a large divide between men and women, because now that same concept, I pay the cost to be the boss, is problematic, because you got women saying, well, if I pay, I'm the boss. Especially if I happen to make more than you. If I, as the wife, happen to make more than the husband, especially by some significant amount, coupled with the thought that you pay the cost to be the boss. Now who the boss? Who the boss? Who's the boss now? Because we've managed to come away from the covenant. We've managed to come away from what the Most High said a marriage was and why he placed the authority with the man. Now, it's not completely out of the blue that we attach provision to men. That's not completely out of the blue. Because if you read the Bible and you read the Quran, it's a law that attaches the two things. So when we talk about what's in the Quran, English interpretation loose, I'm paraphrasing. Allah tells us that he has made the man the maintainer and the provider for the women. He's made that for the men. So he's attached provision to the seat of authority which he gives to the men. And with that authority, he also says, I made one, meaning the man, a degree higher than the other, meaning the woman. So I made the men 1 degree higher than her. So he has the authority. I've given him the mantle of leadership. He's responsible for his wife, for his household, for his children, things of that nature. Those are the things that he's responsible for. And so therefore, with that mantle, I've made him the primary provider. I've placed the responsibility of providing for the family that he creates and that I've placed him in charge of. Okay? So I'm saying all that to say that the concept of attaching manhood, the authority of men, leadership, provision, and money, that's not out of left field completely. We get the foundation of that from the Most High, but he also is telling us why it's done like that. He's not just saying it. Okay? He's not just saying it just to throw it into the air. He's also not saying that that's the only thing that makes a man authoritative. That's the thing that got missed. He attached the two things. He gave men, husbands, that responsibility. But he did not say that that was the be all end all of what his leadership entailed and all that came with it. And that's not all of why he's the leader. Allah gave us why he's the leader. I created one degree higher than the other. That's where the authority is. It has nothing to do with his money. The money is the responsibility placed on the authority. It's not the authority. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. The provision aspect is a responsibility of the leadership position. It does not make the leadership position. The leadership position is not 100% contingent upon provision. Provision is important, but that's not everything. And people struggle to achieve a balance of understanding about that. It's either all or nothing for many of us. He's either the breadwinner and he's the authority, or if he's not making more, if he's not the main one that's bringing in the income, then he doesn't have any authority at all. So we go from one extreme to the other. Nobody understands the balance about that. Why Allah gave the husbands the authority, and he also attached responsibility, maintenance, protection. Maintenance and protection. The men are the maintainers and the protectors of women. That's the assignment. Why the assignment? Because I created one degree above the other. Okay? What's the balance that I'm talking about? You don't have to have a husband that's making this exorbitant amount of money in order to have leadership. You also don't go and pick a homeless bum off the street talking about it doesn't matter if he has money or not. Because not only does the bum not have money, he also doesn't have the other things that would actually put him in a leadership position. He doesn't have those other things either. So balance, it's always somewhere in the middle. Balance is always in the middle. Instead of the two extremes, because you can go to the two extremes anywhere. Okay? So what we're dealing with when this ties back to the concept of feminism. One of the underlying concepts of feminism was also about authority and money. See, they also attached authority to money. Because they said The woman that can't make any money, or she don't make no money, she can't have authority. The only way for a woman to get authority and to be on equal par with men is to do the stuff that men do. Primarily, go out and make the money that men make. And if you go and make the money that men make, then you don't have to submit yourself to the authority that men have, because men only have that authority because of the money. So if you also make the money, then both of you have authority. Or if you make more, you have the authority. Because I pay the cost to be the boss. Right? This is where we get all of these mix-ups and all of this misunderstanding. This is where we're getting the concepts of partnership and things of that nature. This is where we're getting women emasculating men based on, oh, he dusty, he don't have X amount of money. He don't make more than 6 figures. He don't make $200,000-$300,000 a year. He don't make this and that. He don't drive this or that. He doesn't wear this or that. He don't live in this place or that place. He's not able to do 1, 2, 3. So therefore, I don't have to listen to him, because he does not have any authority over me, because he can't even spend a certain amount of money. He don't even have a certain amount of money. Matter of fact, I make more money than him. The problem is that doesn't change the authority, who had the authority and why the authority existed in the first place and continues to exist. The frustration is that once the women got to being pretty much in the same tax bracket for average earners, the authority didn't actually switch. That's where the frustration is really at. The authority didn't actually switch. It never did. It only resulted in a power struggle now. Now it's just a bunch of power struggles. The authority didn't actually switch. Now the women are confused about, well, if I make $80,000, $90,000 a year and he only makes $50,000 a year, then I should be the one running it, because I'm the one that bought that house. I'm the one that paid, for those cars. I paid the lion's share for the way that we live, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Like, I put in the money for this, that, and a third. So then I'm kind of a leader too. Like, he got to talk to me. Like, he got to run it by me, because I'm the one with the money. Without understanding that if you are in a marriage, his authority is still authority. And that authority is attached to the purpose that the Most High created him for. Because a woman that makes more than her husband, who feels like she should also be the authority, still looks to him to lead. This is the quandary. She still looks for him to lead. And the leadership that she looking to him for is not the money. She's looking for him to, here's what she's looking for. She's looking for him to stand on something. She's looking for him to be able to create the structures still. She's looking for him to be able to create the systems, the structure, and the order that they're gonna live by. And when he doesn't do that, that's when she really see the failing of his leadership, because he can't do the other stuff. See, once she get into a situation like that and she makes more than him and she quote unquote wants to be the leader, she still looks for him to do those things that she cannot do, that money does not do. She starts realizing that the money doesn't do it either. And she can't do it. He's the only one still able to do that. I'm going to go to a commercial break and then I'm going to be back because we still have to deep dive. But after these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best, you need the body butter that is on the screen right now. All right. If this is going to be your first time ordering, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Oh, you guys are bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button for me. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. To continue the thought, she's looking for him to lead. The leadership doesn't have anything to do with the money. The leadership does not have anything to do with the money. Either because there are men with money that have no leadership capacities. I have met these men. I've seen these men in the earth can go out and make $1. Him making $1 is not a problem. Like he know how to go get a bag. That's not the issue. He's not lazy. He got a good work ethic and all that stuff. He'll go grind until it ain't no more grind. But he don't know how to run no house. He don't know how to run. He don't know how to really create a system, order, and structure, because even the money that he got and the systems that he uses to make the money are also chaotic. So he make money by, he just hustling and grinding it. This is why he grinds so hard. Men who don't have leadership don't have really the capacity. What they're missing is the capacity to do this. They are not able to an effective degree to create systems, order, and structure. A system is a set of components, elements, or parts connected to one another to achieve a goal. He's not good at that. That's weak for him. So he got to do everything himself. This is where the overwhelming grind come from. Man, I'm so tired. I'm working 14, 15, 16 hours. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. I'm over here doing this. I'm over here doing that. That's because, and he'll make the money, but he's grinding himself to dust to make this money. Order. He's chaotic, not orderly. So order is a state or energy that stands for that which has boundaries and is structured, stable, explored, traditional, and inhibited. Like I said, chaos is the opposite of order. So he doesn't really have a lot of order, or his order is shaky. It's not real stable, which immediately is chaos. And structures. Structure is the foundation of and relation between the elements or parts of something complex. So he doesn't have a good handle on systems, orders, and structures. So he's chaotic. The way he go get money is also chaotic. He can go get it, but it takes a big toll on him. It takes more of a toll on him than it should. He's unhappy, he's depressed, he's worn down mentally, physically, because he has not been able to implement a system that's gonna make it easier for him to make this money, so that he doesn't have to pull a 16, 18-hour grind like that and work himself into the dust to get the same amount of money. So when he doesn't have those, he's not strong in his ability to create system, order, and structure, that translates into everything. So his home life with his wife and kids is equally chaotic. He's not good at system, order, and structure. So now his leadership is faulty. It's faulty. It's unclear. It doesn't have a true north. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. And so the household, the relationships fall into disarray. They fall into chaos all around him. He doesn't know why. He figuring, I go out, I make the money, I come back, I pay the mortgage, I pay the bills, I buy the car. Why is it all messed up? Because money is not the leadership. Money is not leadership. We know money not leadership because women can go and make money. They still don't be the leaders. They still are not capable of the leadership. A woman can go and make $160,000 a year, $200,000 a year, get into a marriage with a man, and she cannot be the leader. She can't, because she doesn't have it internally. Leadership and authority is something that is internal and intrinsic. Now, a woman can have some leadership qualities. She can be strong in certain places. But overall, leadership is not the mantle of women. Leadership is the mantle for men. And just like anything, some men are better at it than others. There are men who are awesome leaders. There are men who lead so well, other men willingly follow them. Right? You got them kind of leaders. A man that leads so well, his system, order, and structure is so stable and effective that other men be like, he on to something. I'll listen to him. Okay? There are men, and it's a hierarchy, right? Some men not so good at it at all. Thank you for the cash app. Some men are not so good at it very much at all. You can tell in the life of these men have chaotic lives, unsettled lives, no real direction or anything in their lives. They're difficult to make progress, difficult to do certain things. They can't get it together. The other men are okay. You get what I'm saying, right? It's levels to it. Just like everything, it's levels to it. Every man, just because he's a man, is not a good leader just because he was born with an XY chromosome. That don't do it either. Like, you got to develop leadership qualities, and you have to be able to prove your leadership effective to yourself first. The other danger with attaching authority to money, really aside from like the feminist thought pattern about it, is it reduces men to his dollar the way that feminism reduces women to cooking and cleaning and all of that kind of stuff. See, everything has its equal opposite. Nobody wants to be reduced to just some kind of function that can go up and down. Because if money is the most important thing that a man could possibly do, what happens when he get disabled and he can't work? Then what he do? then what's his authority like? Is he no longer good at leadership because he hurt himself on the job or something? Or he got sick or something like that? He's unable to procure the income anymore? Or he had to do something to take less income? Maybe he can still work, but he can't do the same kind of work. So whatever kind of job he can do now don't pay as much as the job he had before, right? So unless he loses his mind, is he not the same man? Is he not now good at leadership and things of that nature? If he was good at it before, then he's good at it afterwards. Again, unless we talk about the extreme of he lost his mind or something. Right? Just like women don't want to be reduced to cooking and cleaning and having a baby. Well, I'm more than that, right? A woman is, I'm more than that. I'm a fully realized human being. Yes, I can cook and clean and have a child, but is that it? Because what if I can't have the child? Then what? You understand? You can't be reduced. Money is not his leadership, just like whether or not you're a child, can have a child, doesn't mean you can't be a wife. Right? The women don't like to be reduced. So the men don't like to be reduced either. Because feminism made sure to tell women that they are more than a housemaid and more than a baby maker. Because what if you can't make a baby? Every woman can't make a baby. Every woman cannot birth a child. Every man ain't gonna be rich. Nobody wants to be reduced down. Thank you so much, Omara or Omar. That depends on if you're a man or woman. And I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name. I don't intend to. Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again for your contribution. I greatly appreciate you. And did I miss someone? Frederick, been a member for 21 months. Thank you so much for your support. It's a healthy New Year, everyone. A healthy New Year to you as well. So we have to stop reducing each other down. This is the trick that we have been put into with each other. This is why we don't find no value. This is why we're having conversations surrounding who has value and who don't, and what's the value and what's not. Because we've attached people's values to things that here today, gone tomorrow. Instead of understanding the values of a wife and a husband, depending upon what the Most High said the values were, and why a wife is valuable, why a husband is valuable. Everybody just wants to be offended about well, the men are supposed to be leaders and this, that, and the third. And does that mean that the women are supposed to be subjected down? We automatically go to these extremes. Nobody knows the value of anything. Specifically, nobody knows the value of husband, wife, marriage. And we really don't know the value of money. We have no idea where to put it. I've been telling y'all where to put money. Where's money? Wealth is at the bottom of the list, but it is also attached to the top. Hence the circle. It's at the bottom of the list, but it is also attached to number 1. It's attached. Because as long as we don't have a clear understanding about what should be prioritized, what the values of anything are, we always gonna mix it up. When he ain't got no money, so that means he's not a good guy. That means he's not a good man. That means he's not a worthy man. When you gotta dig deeper than that. The lady in the clip, like I said, there are a few nuances that I would tweak saying some of the stuff that she's saying because I don't like the partner thing and I don't, certain things. But overall, she had a pretty decent, it seemed like she had a pretty decent grasp on it. That it didn't matter whether I made the most money or not, he's still the man. And I love and respect him. Regardless. Him not having a certain amount of money when I met him or this, that, and the third didn't bother me because you got to look deeper than that. Who is this man? Who is he? Not just what do he have? Or not just what he can have be. And the reality, I'm gonna talk to the ladies that make a few coins. I'm going to talk to the ladies that make a few coins for a second. If you make a decent coin and your man, or let's say you looking for a husband. I'm not going to talk to the married ones. I'm going to talk to the ones looking for a man. If you make a decent coin, you have to now, this is more of an excuse or not excuse. This is more of a reason for you to discern and vet based on something other than money. Like I said, you don't go get a bum riding the red line all night, right? You don't do that. So we're not going to go to stupid extremes. But if you have the money and you're able to take care of yourself, you're not in survival mode. You're actually in the best position to discern and pray and have patience looking for a husband. You're actually in the best position because it's dangerous for both the woman and the man. For the woman to be in survival mode and she's only clinging to a man because he can put food in her mouth and he can put a roof over her head. You don't want to be that woman. And guys, you don't want a woman like that. You don't want that woman. I hear a lot of talk online with men saying, oh, these women working out here and they got so much money they don't want to listen. I don't want no woman at work and I don't want her to have a certain amount of money or access or this, that, and the third because I think that that's going to make her rebellious. That's not what's making her rebellious. She rebellious because she being rebellious. Let's start there. Okay, she rebellious because she want to be. She will be rebellious broke. She was rebellious broke. Her getting a couple of more dollars only made her more brazen about it. But she was the broke rebellious chick in the hood before she got the money. She was that chick. She wasn't listening when she had to have Section 8. She wasn't listening in. Okay, so the money didn't make her not listen. It's a bunch of broke chicks that don't listen. The reason I'm saying that as a man, and I'm speaking as a woman to the guys, you do not want a chick that's in survival mode and she ain't got no motion and can't get nothing without you or without some other man giving her a handout or help or paying this or paying that with her. You don't want no woman like that because she can't be genuine. Nobody that's in survival mode, you can't trust nothing nobody say in survival mode. You can't do it. This is why chicks be getting caught up with dudes that be in the joint, and he say whatever on that phone. He say whatever on that phone. That's why you can't trust it. Because he in survival mode. He say anything. He be talking a good old game. That's why these chicks be listening to it. And even if they know better, it sound good. He in survival mode. You can't listen to nothing he say. He done said all this stuff. It sound like it's solid. When I get out, yeah, and I'm gonna do this with you, or we gonna do this together. When he get out, he don't do none of that. None of it. Because when you in survival mode, you will do anything to survive, including lie, cheat, scam, sell somebody a story, sell somebody a dream. You'll do anything in survival mode, but you can't trust people that's in survival mode. You can't trust them because they're doing stuff to get to the next moment. They don't care what they leave in they wake. And a woman in survival mode people operate the same way in survival mode. You can't trust that. You can't trust that. Because if I'm just with you because I can't make it on my own, yeah, I'm going to schmooze you up. Obviously. I'm going to give you all the coochie I can. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give you all kind of neck. I'm going to sell you a dream as a woman. I'm going to sell you a dream until I get to a place where I feel like I got it. And I don't need you to do that no more. Then the real them come out. I don't got to talk to you. You trying to figure out where that attitude coming from. You're trying to figure out why she don't give you sex like that no more. She talk to you crazy now. You know what I'm saying? You done helped her. You done helped her get a little motion. You done helped her get a job. Or you done helped her get... Now, she don't quite need you like that no more. That's because you was a lick. That's why you don't want a woman in survival. You don't want a woman that can't get no motion without you. That can't feed herself. That can't house herself. That can't clothe herself. You don't want no woman like that because she's there. I guarantee you she's there because she needs to be, not because she wants to be. She needs you right now. Anything is better than sitting out there on that street. Anything better than sitting out there on that street, baby. And if I got to lay up with you for a year, 2 years, something like that, so I can get up on my feet and get myself together, that's what I'm going to do. She been planning her exit from day one. She going to get herself together, then she going to try to go for the man that she actually want to be with. So you definitely want a woman. She don't got to be rich either. But you don't want her frantic trying to figure out how she going to feed her kids. And you don't want a woman like that. You want a woman able to go out there and get some money, working, making an honest living. That's what you want. She able to do it. And this is not about preparing to divorce your husband or preparing to leave your husband or preparing to break your marriage. She has to have some understanding about what it takes to earn money and have that money and use it for the betterment of the family and things of that nature. She got to be able to do that because then she can have some respect for the grind. The women, the lionesses who got a good little coin, you're in the best position to look for you a husband because you're not in survival mode. You are not scrambling for next month's rent, trying to figure out how you gonna make it. So you got a skin and grin in this dude face to get. No. You are able to take your time. You're able to turn to the Most High and ask for guidance and ask, you know what I'm saying, your father or whomever in your life that care about you and that has got a good head on their shoulders that's going to be able to help you discern and see things and make a good decision. You don't need the money from him. Be on the lookout for the other things that you need from him. Is he good at system, order, and structure? How is he talking spiritually? Do he got good mobility? What is his education level been like? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do he move about in the world? How is he moving in the world? What is his other relationships like? What's his relationship with his friends, his coworkers, the other people in his life? How is he carrying them people? Because I guarantee you, however he carried them people, you will be next, whether it's good or bad. You will not be the special snowflake. That's for anybody. That's for everybody. You will not be the special snowflake, I guarantee. If he move grimy with other people, you will be grimed out next. If he move honorably with his other types of different relationships, not just romantic relationships, if he move honorably anyway, that's just the kind of guy he is, then he'll move honorably with you. And you yourself have to have some good character and some integrity and things of that nature in order to see it. You can't detect it if you don't have it. So if you a sleazeball, I'm not as a female, I'm not talking to you anyway. I wouldn't wish you on a man if you a sleazeball. And you're open to him vetting you and making sure that you are the kind of woman that he need in his life or not. You know who people are, just let people talk. Let them talk and listen carefully. Actively listen. Ask follow-up questions. And this goes for both men and women. You looking for a wife, you looking for a husband, ask questions. The only stupid question is the one you didn't ask. You don't got to be offensive. Just ask questions. Set boundaries. Listen carefully to the answers. Don't even judge the answers. Just listen carefully to the answers, and the answers that go against your values, your boundaries, and your standards, that's how we judging it. Don't let nobody go around your standards and around your values, but you got to have some values first. You got to have some stuff you standing on, because you can't gauge it if you don't have it. How you know that this works for you or it don't work for you? You ain't got no standing no way. You ain't standing on nothing no way. You on shaky ground. Trying to figure out if somebody else measure up to what? You got to be standing somewhere. Hello? Before you can determine whether or not somebody is meeting is up to snuff or not. What's the snuff then? You ain't even got no snuff. You don't know who making it, who ain't. You don't know nothing. That's how people get caught up. That's how folks get caught up. I was watching, to end it off, I was watching a Instagram clip. And you know them clips with like Tony Robbins, that white guy Tony Robbins, and he be like giving little lectures and stuff. So it was a black guy, older guy. And he was complaining about his wife. He was complaining how she don't like this and she don't like that. And she got a problem with him and she got a problem with him, an attitude. So Tony Robbins is asking them questions back and forth. And he said, well, why did you marry her? You know, she seemed to have a lot of issues. Why did you marry her in the first place? Like, what was the logic behind that? You know what that man said? That man had to be in his 40s, if not in his 50s. You know what that man said? He said she had a big old nice butt. That's what he said. Tony Robbins just looked at him. And then he started laughing. Like, oh my God. No wonder you having the problems you having. You ain't asked her no questions. You saw her body and how sexually attracted you were to her, and then it was up from there. It was up from there. Now you 10, 15 years into a marriage. I think it was like 15 years into a marriage, and she's giving him the blues. Let him tell it. She giving him the blues. She got an attitude problem. But all she got to do is turn around. He hate to see her coming. He love to see her go. All she got to do is turn around. And all will be forgiven. Anyway, I'm going to get on up out of here. But before we go, please do not forget. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, here, you want to go here. Okay. Go to crimsoncure.com. If you want to go ahead and book a coaching session, if you click book a session, a Calendly page will open where you can pick a date and time that is more suitable to you, that's convenient for you, and reserve it then. Or you can also purchase the book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine. You can make that purchase whenever you get ready. And you can also download the very helpful charts. I'm going to be adding more charts and things of that nature. All you have to do is download it. Obviously, they are free. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay? All right. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonite.